morning friends. Today we will discuss the next part of our first unit, that is the spur gear from theory of machines to subjects. Okay, so in our previous lecture we had seen this part, but today for our this particular lecture we want this again. That is why we will revise it again. Okay, so let's see what it is. It is nothing but the conjugate profile. Okay, what conjugate profile is? If the two profiles of a pair of a gears are so designed that the constant angular velocity ratio is produced. Constant angular velocity is produced. Okay, that is the first task, and it is maintained during the operation. Then the gears are said to have the conjugate action. So it is not about the producing the constant angular velocity, but also it is the maintaining the throughout all the operation. Okay, so that is the gears which are having that. The gears are said to have the conjugate action. Okay, then the tooth profiles which are giving this kind of conjugate action are said to be conjugate profiles. Are you getting me? The gear profiles which are responsible for producing the conjugate action are known as conjugate profiles. Now, two of the profiles we have seen. One is the cycloidal profile and another one is the involute profile. Okay, that we do while designing the gear profiles. Okay, that care has been taken while in the process of the designing. But suppose if there is a possibility, or if there is a case where we have one gear profile with us, okay, which has chosen arbitrarily, and we want another gear tooth profile which should produce a conjugate action with this gear profile. Are you getting me? एक सिंपल एग्जांपल मैं आपको देता हूँ. जब भी हम कोई गियर पेयर डिजाइन कर रहे हैं, उस समय हम लोग ये इंश्योर करेंगे कि दोनों के ऊपर कॉन्जुगेट एक्शन हमें लानी है. इसके लिए दोनों का प्रोफाइल कॉन्जुगेट प्रोफाइल होना चाहिए. बट देयर आर सम केसेस वेयर हमें इनपुट में एक गियर टूथ प्रोफाइल मिलता है, ठीक है, और उस गियर टूथ प्रोफाइल से मैचिंग होने वाला दूसरा गियर टूथ प्रोफाइल हमें प्रोड्यूस करना है, जो कि अनदर मैचिंग गियर रहेगा. ओके, तो उसके ऊपर हम लोग कॉन्जुगेट प्रोफाइल कैसे डिजाइन कर सकते हैं. So that is what is the thing which we are going to discuss about this in particular lecture. Okay, so have you understood the problem statement? We have one gear tooth profile which is selected arbitrarily, and we want another gear tooth profile which will be in mesh with this particular gear tooth. Okay, and both of these will produce an conjugate action, and hence both gear tooth profiles will be what we can say conjugate profiles. Are you getting me? So let's see how we can obtain it by the way of graphical method. Okay. So for that we will have a center line first. Okay. Then we have what we can say a center, two centers basically. This is what is the center O1, and this is what is the center O2 of gear 1 of gear 2. So this is nothing but the gear 2, and this is nothing but the gear 1. Okay, gear 1 and gear 2. Now the very basic thing what we should have the pitch circles of this particular gear. So from this particular O1 point we will draw a pitch circle like this. A pitch circle is drawn for the gear 1. Similarly for gear 2 we will draw another pitch circle like this. So this is what is an pitch circle for gear 2, and we are all aware that at the intersections of this particular pitch circles, we name that particular intersection point as pitch point. So this is nothing but the point P. Okay. So this is what is the basic thing what we have. Now we have one gear tooth profile which is like this, which is given arbitrarily. Okay. So this gear tooth profile we had been given as an input, and we want another gear tooth profile to be produced on gear 2, but this is what is the arbitrary profile. Here we want an profile which will be a conjugate profile, so that whenever these two profiles will be in mesh with each other, they will produce a conjugate action. Okay, so ultimately we want this conjugate action, and how we can get this conjugate action? With the help of conjugate profiles only we are going to get it. Okay, now I think you have understood the problem statement. So very firstly we will name these profiles as 1, 2, 3. Point number 1, point number 2 and point number 3. Done. Now what we will do? We will draw an arc considering O1 to 1 as a radius, so that we will draw an arc like this. Done. Similarly, from the center O1 and with the radius O1 to 3, we will draw another arc like this. Understood? So two arcs we have drawn. From the center O1 with the radius O1 to 1, we have drawn one arc. Then from O1 to 3, considering that radius, we have drawn another arc. Now we need to draw a tangent from each point. So this is the tangent from point number 2, tangent from point number 1 and tangent from point number 3. Okay, we have drawn tangents from 1, 2 and 3. Then now we need a normal to all these tangents which will be cutting this particular pitch circle. Okay, so if we draw that particular normal point like this, okay, so this point will be nothing but point P1, this point will be nothing but point P2, and this point will be point P3. Are you getting me? So what we did, we have drawn tangents from point number 1, 2, 3. Then for those tangents we have drawn normals or the perpendicular lines which will be perpendicular to this tangents and which will be intersecting this pitch circle, and we have named those points as P1, P2 and P3. Understand? Now फॉर अ वाइल पहले मैं क्या बोलूँगा, आपको एक प्रोसीजर बता दूंगा, ठीक है, बट वो प्रोसीजर वैसे ही क्यों है ये आपको प्रोसीजर के बाद में आपको एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ. ओके, नाउ आफ्टर दिस वी नो दैट, सी दिस इज व्हाट इज द नॉर्मल पॉइंट. इफ P1 will coincide with this point P, what will happen? If this P1 is coinciding with point P, this point 1 will be somewhere over here. Are you getting me? This point 1 will be somewhere over here, and that for marking that particular point, we will measure this particular distance 1 to P1 dash in your compass. We will put it over here and you will cut an arc. So you will get point K1. Okay? You will, let us name that particular point as K1. Have you understood this? We have measured this distance 1 to P1 in our compass. We have put that particular point P over here and we have cut that arc of one line and we have named that particular point with K1. Understood? Then as you can see that P2 and 2 both are coinciding. So our K2 point will be over here only on the P pitch point. Okay. Then P3 to 3, that we will measure. We will keep it on P and we will cut over here. So what we will be getting? We will be getting another point which is nothing but the point number K3. You can imagine this. See, whenever P3 point will be coinciding with P point, then this gear tip profile will be over here, like this. Are you getting me? That is why that point is nothing but the K3 point. Now we want a gear tip profile over here. Okay, so for that thing, what we will do, we will mark this P1 point over here as an P1 dash. So considering P as center and P1 as radius, we will draw an arc which will be like this. So are you getting me? Considering the radius P1, we have cut an arc over here. So this is nothing but the P1 dash. Similarly, P to P2, and we will cut it over here. So this will be what we can say P2 dash. Then same from P3, P to P3. So it will be cutting over here, and that point will be nothing but the P3 dash. Are you getting me? So we have got these 3 points. Okay. So we have got this. What we can say another points which are similar to this P1, P2, P3, P1 dash, P2 dash, P3 dash. Now we need to mark 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash over here, somewhere over here. So for that thing we need these arcs. Okay, because we have cut those points on the arcs. Okay, so for that thing we need circles which will be starting from O2. Okay. So center will be O2 and radius will be O2 to K1. So arc passing from K1 we are going to draw like this. Understood? Then O2 as center and O2 K3 as a radius. We will draw another arc which will be passing from K3. Are you getting me? So next arc also we had drawn. Now see what we will do again. From P1 to K1 we will measure this particular distance in our compass. We will go on P1 dash and we will cut an point which will be 1 dash. What we did, we have measured distance from P to K1 in our compass. We have put our compass point on P1 dash and we had cut an arc of K1 and we have named that particular point as 1 dash. Similarly, our point 2 dash will be over here. So P2 dash and 2 dash will coincide, isn't it? Similarly, if you measure P to K3 and if you mark from P3 dash to arc of 3, we will get that particular point somewhere over here, and this point will be nothing but the point 3 dash. Are you getting me? And from this particular point 1 dash, 2 dash and 3 dash, we will draw a smooth arc. Okay, so this is what is the arbitrary, or this is what is the profile which we have obtained graphically when input was given that this particular arbitrarily selected gear tip profile. Are you getting me? Now the question is why we did this. Okay, now you can see that when these will be in contact with each other, this point P2 and point P2 dash will coincide over here at P. Are you getting me? So that is the reason why we have selected these particular dimensions like this. Are you getting me? So this is the part of conjugate profile or generation of conjugate profile when input is like this. It is also there in your theory as well as similar kind of practical is there in your practical experimental setups. Okay, so यही डायग्राम आपको नॉर्मल शीट के ऊपर ड्रॉ करके एक असाइनमेंट के तौर के ऊपर आपको सबमिट भी करनी है. Okay, I hope you have understood how we can generate a conjugate profile, okay, for an arbitrarily selected gear tooth profile. I hope you have understood. Simple technique is there. If you want, we can repeat it again. Okay, let's repeat it over here. What we did, what we had a center line. एक fast हम लोग repeat करते हैं. Okay, we had one center line. Then we had this O2 gear center and O1 gear center. Then we had this pitch circle, okay. Then we had another pitch circle for gear 2. Then its intersection point is nothing but the point P, which is the pitch point. Now we had one gear tooth profile which is selected arbitrarily, okay. Its naming are 1, 2 and 3. From these 3 points we had drawn one arc concentric with the O1, again over here. Then we had drawn tangents line from each particular point, okay, and from that tangent point we have drawn a normal line which will be cutting the pitch circle. So like this. So this is our point P1, this is our point P2 and this is our point P3. Then now we had measured this particular distance in our compass, put it over here, cut an arc, so that we will get this point as K3, this point will be as K2 and P3 to 3, P3 to 3. So this point is K3. Done. Now we want P1, P2, P3 on this particular what we can say PCD. So for that, considering P as center and P1 as radius, we had cut this line like this. So 3 points we have cut. So this is what is P1 dash, P2 dash and P3 dash. Done. Then we had drawn an arc considering O2 as center and radius equals to O2 K3. Then same O2 K3. Sorry, this is K1. This is K1 and this is what is the K3. Okay. Now a distance of P to K1. So P to K1 like this, and here we have got point 1 dash. Then K2 or P2 dash itself will be 2 dash. Then P to K3, P3 to K3. So we have got point 3 dash, and this is what is the conjugate profile we have obtained on the second gear. Are you getting me? So if we have this gear profile which was selected arbitrarily, we have produced another gear tooth profile which will produce an conjugate action. Okay, are you getting me? So that's it for this particular lecture. Thank you so much. All the best. Take care.